Hey, what's up everybody? Onepeg here. So there was a whole bunch of changes on the test realm, and I want to show you guys some stuff that is both in-game and things that have been data mined along the way. Now, full disclosure, I didn't do any of the data mining myself. Most all of this was obtained through the community, people that are way more proficient at this than I am, guys that were kind enough to share this in an open discussion on the Spells and Guns wiki. So I just want to say a very, very, very special thank you to all of those guys for helping me out with compiling all of this stuff to be able to show you guys. As always, if anything else seems to come up, or if there's anything else that's going on in the game, I will put it in like the pinned comment, or if somebody else has comments that they want to add, I'll try to compile a list of anything else that I may have missed on the test realm. Okay, so there was some stuff added to the test realm, the player test server, the one that you get access to if you end up getting the $50 edition of Dark and Darker. SDF ended up putting out a note saying that they added some changes. In a private DM to me, he said that it was going to be some of what to expect when the game ends up making its changes for this next patch. There's some balance adjustments in here, as well as some new items, a bunch of new items, some usable stuff. There's a lot. So we're going to go through it. Okay, so first up, the Squire's base starting gear is no longer junk quality. It's now poor level quality, which means that they should have, at the very least, some amount of stat on them, like these boots that have 1 dex, or these heavy boots with 1 strength. There is also this new statistic called Fame, which if we look at the Fame and Karma section, it says your character's Fame increases by 1 for each level earned each season. So this, as long as your character exists, will be an accumulated amount of points based on however many levels you earn each subsequent season. The Druid-specific ceremonial staff is now also usable by Cleric, Warlock, and Wizard, and has a base magical healing stat. The Druid is also capable of now being able to use the Quarterstaff, the Flanged Mace, the Morning Star, the War Maul, a Spear, the Castian Dagger, and the Rondel Dagger, in addition to other casting focuses. The base HP pool of each class seems to have been increased ever so slightly, giving each class roughly 10 to 12 hit points additional. Other casting devices than just the ceremonial staff have also been added for the Druid to be able to use, like the Spellbook and the Crystal Ball. There is also the addition of the Lantern Shield, which gives this parry and riposte combo on blocking. There was also this image that was added as a loading screen. 2 of them are this one, which is the icon for a Frostwalker skin, and this one, which is the icon for a Lycan skin. It'd be pretty cool if I ended up having models to show you, wouldn't it? Well, the Lycan seems to come in 3 flavors. We have this lighter one, this brown, and then a dark skin color. And then the Frostwalker looks like this. The Lycan skin is +3 vigor, but you can't wear a helmet. The Frostwalker skin is -5% action speed in exchange for 5 hit points. I don't know if anybody's going to take that deal, but the Lycan skin sounds pretty sweet. We also have this icon that is called Aim Tooth, which is likely a crosshair for when you are in Druid shapeshifted form, and this HUD Cave icon item that is likely something to do with Ice Cave or Frost Cavern whenever you're in there. We also have the addition of this lootable item, which is a Frost Wyvern Claw, which leads me to believe Frost Wyvern will be someone that we can fight in the new patch. We have another droppable item called a Cursed Crown, which I assume is a specific item that would drop off of Ghost King. An extra thick pelt, which makes me think there might be another mob type that we'll end up seeing when we actually get into Ice Abyss. The Warlord Broken Sword, so this is a droppable item, it seems, off of Warlord, his broken sword as a specific droppable item. We have an icon for Yeti Teeth, so this looks like a droppable item off of Yetis, so the extra thick pelt and the Yeti Teeth are likely dropping both off of a new mob that we'll see in Ice Abyss. We also have a Frozen Iron Key, the icon for an item called a Froststone Torch, and a Frozen Torch. There was also this image of like a leaked arena banner, and this image of a Frost Wyvern egg. It seems every boss now has their own droppable loot item. Now hold on to your butts, because this one's kind of major. It seems as though the Potion of Clarity is back in the game files on the test realm. It appears that it is not in a drop table, but is only craftable from Alchemist. A common Potion of Clarity requires 2 Life Leaf, 2 Fanrum Flowers, and 2 Wardweed of uncommon quality. A Potion of Clarity of uncommon quality requires 4 of each. A rare is 6 of each, and an epic version of a Potion of Clarity is 8 of each. I'm not sure how I feel about this because of how controversial clarities were in the past. If it's only craftable, I wonder how much staying power it will actually have, or whether it will be used. If so, who's the rich MFer that's going to end up buying up all the flowers so that they can run them in mass? There was also some modification to some gear. The frock now only has a move speed penalty of 6 instead of 10, which is what all robes were. Now they're less, which is better for people to be able to try and move faster if you're a cloth wearer. Hands, heads, rings, neck, and cloaks only roll for +1 additional or +1 true damage each now. This is down by a significant amount compared to what it used to be. Also, it seems that the random rolls, like plus armor and plus magic resist, for instance, are rolling for a bit less than what they used to be. So there's going to be less overall damage resistance as well as less overall damage being done. We also have the addition of a quest log that looks like it's here as a placeholder at the moment, but you can see that there's going to be a quest log to be placed in here at some point in time. The stash's first tab for upgrading the stash has been halved to 1,500 gold, which kind of goes along with the gold easing that they said that they were doing with this latest round of patches on live. In fact, it seems that run speed has been added to the game a little bit. In most cases, the cloth gear, for instance, has been reduced in terms of its move speed penalties. Things like loose trousers, for instance, have a move speed penalty of 2 instead of 3. There's a new druid perk called Dream Walk. When you take damage, gain 5 magic power for 4 seconds, and you become spiritual. It does not collide with other targets and cannot attack or use skills, but can cast spells. This ability triggers once every 12 seconds. Sounds like a pretty amazing defensive ability. There was also the addition of this Request a Knight button for people that need a guide, something like a Sherpa program. There's a Discord that goes along with this that actually just launched today. In the options, you have the ability to disable the Request a Knight feature if you so choose, which will make it disappear. The Goblin Merchant Dungeon Recovery section had its timer in a later patch. One of the last ones that just happened had the timer increased to an hour, and now also displays a warning or a notification to people when they have insurance available to claim. It also seems that the Inferno boss/map layout has been randomized. The Inferno bosses no longer are tied to specific map layouts, so it's possible that you will get a random boss now instead of knowing the map layout and knowing which boss you will have on it. There is also a new ingot, a frost stone ingot from a mineable called a frost stone, which I assume is now going to be mining available on Frost Cavern, even though we can't access it in PDR right now. Also, the iron ingot has been changed. You are now getting 2 iron ingots for 3 ore instead of 1 to 3. There is also the addition of this animation regarding a rope extract. It seems we'll be able to grab onto a climbable rope and leave via some hanging rope somewhere to get out of the dungeon. And the model for the rope looks something like this. And lastly, there is also the mention of what is called a down crevice, which maybe if you're going into Ice Abyss, there's going to be like a crevice of some kind that ends up opening up on the Frost map to allow you to go down. That would be pretty sweet, but we're not really sure.